In order to dispose of an asset and remove it from the database, you'll begin by choosing the Dispose to drop-down menu and then selecting the reason for this disposal. This can be done by either selecting it from the drop-down menu itself or by typing it into the text box at the top, and the list will auto-populate based on what you've typed so that you can select it from the list. Next, if there are any additional notes that you want as part of this transactional record, you can enter those into the transactional notes area. And finally, you'll need to select the assets which will be removed from the database. This can be done again by clicking on the drop-down menu and selecting that asset from the list, or by typing in part of the asset number, description, name, or any of the corresponding attributes so that you can have it auto-populate, and then you can choose it from the list at that point. If you want to search through a list of your available assets, you can click the Show Available Assets checkbox at the top of the screen. And here you'll be able to either filter using the filters at the top of the Available Assets section, or use the checkboxes to select the additional assets you need, and then drag those assets over to the Pending Transactions area. Once you have all of the assets listed that you're going to dispose of, simply click the Process button on the top right. And now we can see that the transaction has completed successfully. Whenever you see a screen in Passport showing data columns at the top, like we have here, those data columns can be sorted and filtered multiple ways. In order to add additional data columns to this view, click on the plus button, choose the Columns option, and then select the checkboxes for the attributes you'd like to see. To begin filtering data, click into the text box at the top of the column, and then type in the information you need to filter for. Once the information's in the box, click on the filter to the right, and then apply the filter you need. If you need to filter by additional attributes, again, repeat that process by going to the top of the column where you need to filter for that information, type in that information into the text box, and again, choose the filter and select the filter that you'll need. In order to sort data by a particular attribute here in Passport, you can do that one of two ways. Either by coming up to the column header at the top and then clicking the column itself, and this will organize the data by that particular attribute, or you can take the column header itself and drag it up to the top here and then drop it, and this will allow you to again now sort by that new attribute. If you need to sort by multiple attributes, again just grab the column you'll need and drop it up at the top, and now we can see here that we'll be able to sort by multiple attributes at once. And finally, if you need to export the data that's in this data grid, at that point you can come over to the top right and export it either to an Excel spreadsheet, PDF file, CSV file, or a Microsoft Word file. Just click the corresponding button and it'll export within that format.